How's it going, everybody? The PlayStation Store just kicked off another new PlayStation Store sale, and on top of that, they're doing the big fall savings sale. They're doing games under $15, which games under $15 I would imagine is mostly a crossover of the other sale, but games under $15 has 2,500 deals as well, so who knows what's going on. We're gonna cover them both. The Crew Motorfest is the deal of the week of the couple of you. I was about to roast this game for like no reason. I'm sure this is a fine game, and the little I played I actually did enjoy. It's coming out at a bad time, but it is the deal of the week, and yeah, if you want to jump into it, it's 20% off. They've been running a lot of free weekend periods for that game as well, so you know, I don't know how that game is doing commercially, but I'm fairly confident there's like a ardent and pretty loyal crew like fan base that is going to play that game and probably really enjoy it. So I don't think there's anything to really worry about with how that game does. But speaking of which, the sales, a lot of great deals available across these sales. You know, definitely some stuff to check out, definitely some stuff to pick up here. Right off the top, I see Hogwarts Legacy, the PlayStation 5 version, is 30% off for $49. I believe this is the best price we've seen for the standard edition of the game to be on sale. I said it when this game came out that I was not expecting WB Games to discount this game heavily at all throughout the entirety of the year, and guess what? It's been 8 months since the release of this game, and you're getting a 30% off discount, and you're not gonna get much better than that with how this game is gonna perform commercially. I don't think you're going to get too big of a deeper discount on this. However, Black Friday is coming up, but if you want a digital copy of the game, that is, I think this is going to be one of the better prices you get. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is $45.49. We recently got the free update to that game that really, like, sometimes updates, you know, patch notes and whatever, fixes and all that stuff don't really improve the experience of a game. Jedi Survivor is tremendous with this new update, so if you've been waiting on playing this game, I should say playing the 60 FPS mode, now is a really good time to do so. This is one of my favorite games of the year, and I'm seeing like a lot of people come out on social media recently and talk about how Jedi Survivor is one of the best games of the year. I think that might be due to, in part, of a lot of people checking it out with this new update coming out, but yeah, I'm right there with everybody that said, or that says right now, that this is one of the best games of the year. I truly believe that. I thought it was a significant improvement upon Fallen Order, and I thought Fallen Order was tremendous. This game is just great, and definitely give that a look. Remnant 2 Deluxe Edition is $48. That game is super, super well received as well. Red Dead Redemption 2, $19.79. Hopefully we get an update on that before, you know, I take my last breath, but nevertheless, good price on that, of course. Dead Space Remake getting cheaper and cheaper, $42 on that. I feel like if you've waited this long at this point, you should probably wait for it to get a little bit cheaper, but you know, ultimately, that decision I will leave for you guys to make. I think $42 for the Dead Space Remake is pretty decent. It's a shorter game. You know, if you played Dead Space 08, you know that this game isn't going to be like a 30, 40-hour game. It is expanded a little bit, but yeah, $42 for that is decent. We got Immortals of Aveum, 40% off for $42. Now, this is a game that I just foresee this hitting the bargain bin fairly quickly. I mean, it's been, what, 2.5 months since Immortals of Aveum has come out, and we're already looking at a 40% off discount. Truthfully, this game, that $70 price tag right out the gate was just this game's undoing, in my opinion. Some games get away with being $70. Immortals of Aveum is one of those games that absolutely does not, but I had a fun experience with the game. I actually liked a lot of aspects of it. I thought the gameplay was really good. The story was super, super mid. But yeah, you know, I would wait for it to get cheaper, but for whatever reason, if you've been really eyeing it for a while, $42, I mean, that's a sizable discount for a game that just came out. Gotham Knights, 75% off for $17.49. Good price on that, is hitting plus extra, but man, that's, like, as far as buying the game, that's like the perfect price point at this point, so you know, not a bad price on that. DBZ Kakarot, $15. Always go to bat for that game. Think it's great. Think they did a great job of recreating the DBZ anime from the beginning of DBZ up until the conclusion with the Boo arc. Some omissions were definitely a little bit glaring, but for the most part, it's solid. The Legendary Edition is $60. Yes, that's expensive, but bear in mind that Season Pass 2 is $40, you know, alone, so that does cover a sizable amount of the cost, and you get Season Pass 1. Sifu is 50% off for $19.99. Kind of got this inkling on the back of my mind that this is going to get added to Plus Extra at some point. We'll see if that ultimately does happen, but that's a really good price for Sifu, and that game has been holding up in price for quite a while. Just got its final major free update. Wild Hearts Standard Edition, 45% off for $38.49. Look, if you want the big monster hunting title, I think most people know what game, you know, that the majority of people are going to gravitate towards. Monster Hunter, of course, but Wild Hearts, I really dug the gameplay of this game. Visually, it was nothing to write home about. Like, as far as true next-gen titles go, yeah, this wasn't on PS4 or X1, but it certainly wasn't blow away from a visual standpoint. But I had a lot of fun with Wild Hearts, and I think a lot of you guys will end up enjoying it. It's just that, you know, ideally this game would be getting cheaper at this point. Like, sub 30 bucks, I think, would be a great price. It's just, you know, sometimes when you have these $70 MSRPs, or standard, the standard $70 price points, it takes even longer for them to get to, you know, a suitable price point where, you know, buying them on a budget is worthwhile. But $38.49 is an okay price. Alan Wake Remastered for $9.89. Now, this was a Plus Essential game, I want to say, a few months ago, so you know, a lot of you guys probably have it through that. If you don't, I would certainly recommend you to play Alan Wake 1 before Alan Wake 2 drops, and Alan Wake 2 is getting closer and closer to actually releasing, so now would definitely be a good time to pick up Alan Wake 1, play through that. The game absolutely does show its age, but it's still a worthwhile game to go through, and the atmosphere and the tone is still incredibly strong, so, you know, sub 10 bucks on that is pretty good. Persona 5 Royal, $36. I mean, it's P5. I don't need to sell you guys on that game anymore at this point. Like, you guys already know the deal. God of War 3 Remastered is 10 bucks. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is 65% off. If you're a Plus subscriber, that'll knock it down to 21, which is an okay price. Obviously, I feel like this game is kind of getting a kind of is piggybacking off the success of Baldur's Gate 3, just because Larian is now being known as this better-known studio, and they probably, you know, are getting a little bit of attention on Divinity as well. I mean, they even changed, like, the description of the game to promote, or to note that this is coming from the developers of Baldur's Gate 3, to kind of put the game over a little bit more. That's the Steam listing that's been adjusted. It hasn't been adjusted on the PlayStation Store, but nevertheless, good for Larian. They're making waves, and yeah, they're doing great work right now. Hades is 15 bucks. Good price on that. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is $12. Mafia Definitive Edition is $14. I mean, I always talk up the Mafia games, and speaking of which, the trilogy is $24, which isn't a bad buy. Games kind of hold up in price, especially Mafia 1. I don't know why Mafia 1 is still $14. It's a great game. It is very much on the shorter side, but you know what? As I've said before, sometimes that's a good thing. To get from start to finish, Mafia 1 does a really good job at that, and I think $14 is a good price for that. Definitely would recommend you to play through that. Batman Return to Arkham is $5. Always a good price on that. Saints Row the Third Remaster is $8. Outer Worlds is $19.79. Disco Elysium getting added to Plus Extra, but that's down to $12, which isn't bad. Tenet Bridge of Spirits is $20. Lost Judgment is down to $18, and the Digital Ultimate Edition is $27, which is actually really good, given that that also includes the Kaito Files story expansion, also includes the School Stories expansion pack and the Detectives Essential pack, so that's a really, really solid deal. Plague Tale Innocence is $12, obviously. That's a great deal. Another game that I always go to bat for. Infamous Second Son is $9.99. Insurgency Sandstorm is $28. Control Ultimate Edition at $9.99. That gets you the PS5 upgrade as well. Kingdom Come Deliverance at $6 is really good. So definitely a lot of great deals. Now that is going to page 7 of, get this, 102 pages of the full game deals as well as the premium edition. So that's not even, you know, including the DLCs that's on sale. I typically try not to cover those. And again, there's a lot more deals on the games under $15 sale. We'll have a look at that and more in-depth videos down the line. The other sales are ending at the end of today, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 a.m. Pacific, so jump on those if you're interested. We have a couple of videos on those, but that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.